How to attract any woman, even if she's not interested. Modern Stoic. Welcome to our channel. It's Blessing of Stoic, where you find interesting and useful knowledge from Stoic philosophers to lead a happy and meaningful life. Let's face it, in today's world, most women are surrounded by options. Dozens of guys are liking her posts, sending her sweet messages, and trying to take her out on dates. So, when you approach her and she doesn't seem interested, don't take it personally. It's likely not about you. It's just that you blend in with every other guy trying to win her over the same way. Here's the cold truth. Most men fail because they don't know how to stand out. They don't realize that attracting a woman isn't about winning her over immediately. It's about planting the right seeds in her mind, letting curiosity take root. Women aren't drawn to what's easy. They chase what stirs their emotions, what keeps them guessing. If you understand this, you're already ahead of the game, even if she wasn't initially interested. This isn't about playing games. It's about understanding the real nature of attraction. It's not about how much you like her, but how she feels about you. Many men make the mistake of overdoing it. Too much attention, too much validation, too much trying to please her. It's the exact opposite of what creates that mystery and tension that actually pulls her in. You have to leave her intrigued, not overly catered to. In this video, I'll break down 10 raw, real-world tactics that work right now, even if she isn't showing interest. These aren't cheesy pickup lines or manipulative tricks. These are mindset shifts, behavioral strategies, and social triggers that truly change the dynamic. If you're tired of being ignored or stuck in the friend zone, this will shift the narrative. Let's dive in. 1. Control the first impression. The first impression you make is critical. The moment you walk into a room, before uttering a single word, a woman has already sized you up. She's placed you in a mental category, and this judgment is not based solely on your looks, but on your presence. Women are emotional readers by nature. They sense your energy more than anything else. It's not just about your face or your outfit. It's about how you carry yourself. Are you the man who owns the space he occupies? Or are you just another guy floating around, hoping to be noticed? To attract a woman, even if she's not initially interested, you need to break her expectations. If you're like every other man she's met, polite, nervous, predictable, you're easily discarded into the background. But if you walk with calm confidence, speak slowly and deliberately, and maintain eye contact as if you're not afraid of a little silence, she senses a difference. That difference sparks curiosity. Curiosity breaks down indifference, and now you've got her attention. The secret here is what you communicate without saying a word. Are your shoulders hunched or back, straight and proud? Does your chain hang low like a subordinate, or is it lifted, like a king? When you speak, do you ask permission with your tone, or do you speak with the self-assurance of a man who doesn't need approval? Women don't chase what's available. They chase what's dominant, collected, and in control. Don't rush towards her. Let her feel your presence first. Let her sense your energy before you offer access to yourself. Most men make the mistake of trying to impress too soon. They rush in with compliments, shower her with attention, and give her the power. That's how she knows he has nothing else to offer, because a man with true value never rushes to prove it. Here's the reality that most men miss: the man who moves slowly, speaks less, and observes more is far more attractive than the one desperate to impress. When you're unbothered, calm, and centered, she begins to wonder what you know that others don't, and that curiosity is the spark that changes everything. She may not have been interested at first, but now she's drawn in, and she has a reason to pay closer attention. A powerful first impression doesn't require loudness or flashy gestures. It demands stillness, self-control, and the ability to command your space. This self-control creates an energy that women can feel, and that's what flips the switch of attraction. When she can feel your presence without you needing to perform, you've already shifted the dynamic. Remember this, you don't chase her attention. You command it, not through words, but through your energy. Be a man who doesn't need her interest, and she'll find herself giving it to you. This is the blessing of Stoicism, maintaining control over your mind and actions, irrespective of external circumstances. A modern Stoic knows that the real power lies not in seeking validation, but in commanding respect and admiration simply by being. The old Stoic principles still apply. Self-control, confidence, and presence are timeless traits that attract, even when a woman might not have been interested in the beginning. 2. Cultivate your own life and passions. Attraction isn't a game of tricks or manipulation. It's about the energy you radiate. When you're fully immersed in your own life, pursuing passions, and driven by purpose, the world takes notice. Women, in particular, are drawn to men who are on a mission. It's not about having your life together in some perfect way, but about having a direction, a reason for waking up every morning with fire in your belly. This isn't just a superficial charm. It's the depth of purpose that emanates from your every move. You must realize attraction grows when you live a life that feels rich and fulfilling to you. It isn't about impressing others. It's about the vibrancy you develop within yourself. Women are magnetized to men who know who they are and where they're headed. Whether it's excelling in your career, mastering a hobby, or chasing personal goals, passion is magnetic. It signals to her that you have something valuable and fulfilling in your life, something that doesn't need validation from anyone, especially not her. Do you want to stand out? Cultivate your passions and grow as an individual. No one wants to be with someone who's stagnant, waiting for life to happen to them. You must be the one making it happen. This isn't about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. The Stoic lessons in this mindset are clear. Be self-sufficient. Don't seek approval. The more you enrich your life with things that bring you joy, knowledge, and growth, the more intriguing you become. It's the ultimate power move. When you focus on enriching your own life, you naturally become more interesting. You're not available to be anyone's sidekick or emotional crutch. You're a man with substance. And that's the kind of man who catches the eye of a woman. A woman wants someone she can respect, not someone who needs her to fill a void. The more you develop your skills, your knowledge, and your personal achievements, the more she'll look at you as a challenge. She'll want to know what drives you, what keeps you going. This is where Stoicism comes into play. Stoic life teaches you to remain focused on what's within your control and let go of the external validation. Be indifferent to what others think of you. Be the man who is steadily building his own empire. Brick by brick. The more you immerse yourself in your passions, the more your life reflects a sense of growth and improvement. This sparks a deeper level of respect and intrigue in her. You must not underestimate the power of self-sufficiency. When you're constantly evolving, constantly improving, you become a force of nature, not in an arrogant way, but in a grounded, stoic way. Women respect a man who isn't desperate for attention, who doesn't feel the need to constantly be on display. That is the key to attracting women, even if they seem uninterested at first. The Stoic lessons we learn teach us that it's not about seeking external validation, but about internal growth. When you cultivate a life of purpose, passion, and drive, you'll find that your attraction factor increases tenfold. Remember, the more you focus on enriching your life with depth, the more naturally attractive you become. Be the man who's always evolving, always striving. Be the man who is too busy growing to care about validation, and women will be the ones chasing you. 3. Let her feel your absence. When it comes to attracting any woman, especially one who seems uninterested, you must embrace the powerful art of absence. Too many men panic when a woman starts pulling away. They feel the shift, notice the coldness, and their instincts scream to close the gap. They text, call, or chase her more aggressively. But you must understand this doing so only pushes her further away. The true key is to allow space to breathe. When a woman shows disinterest, The last thing you should do is fill the silence. Instead, you need to disappear, not out of anger or bitterness, but with a calm, controlled silence that speaks volumes. Absence forces reflection. It's in that silence where her mind starts to wonder. What's missing? What was so captivating about you that she no longer sees? This is where the Stoic principles come into play. Marcus Aurelius himself said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." You must learn to control your actions, not react impulsively. When you disappear in a way that is measured and composed, you send a message that says, "I am in control of myself. I am not desperate." This evokes respect. It awakens her curiosity. Absence isn't about playing games. It's about demonstrating your value without begging for attention. The Stoic mindset teaches us that true power lies in self-restraint and emotional control. Be like the Stoics, master your own responses, and let the world, especially her, reflect on what they're missing. Let go of the urge to fix things immediately, because what's broken is often an illusion. What you must do is let her feel your absence. Allow her to experience the void you leave behind. Let her realize that your presence was more than just physical. It was valuable. Absence is the ultimate form of attraction because it shows you are self-sufficient, whole, and not defined by her. When you stop chasing, that's when she starts pursuing. You must understand that in the absence of need, true desire is born. Embrace this lesson and remember the Stoic teachings. Your presence is valuable, but your absence even more powerful. 4. Trigger her competitive side. Here's the deal, women, especially the ones you're interested in, have a lot of options. They're surrounded by men constantly vying for their attention, giving compliments, sending DMs, offering favors, and practically bending over backward to win them over. It's an everyday thing for them. But here's the twist. What really gets her attention, what really makes her pause, is when you don't play the game the way every other guy does. You don't chase, you don't beg, you don't try to impress her with every word or action. Instead, you trigger something that most men never even think about her competitive side. Now, let me be clear. This isn't about arrogance. It's about quiet confidence. It's about subtly shifting the dynamic so that she starts to question, am I really his first choice, or is there something or someone more interesting? This isn't about playing games for the sake of games. No, you're embodying the blessing of Stoicism, the calm, unshakable confidence that says, I don't need your validation, but if you want to compete for my attention, you better bring your A game. This is where modern Stoicism becomes a powerful tool. It's the ability to stand strong, to show value without saying a word. When you make her feel like she's competing for your interest, when you make her feel like there might be other women who have your attention, without showing it too much, she'll start to wonder why. Women are naturally competitive, especially when it comes to something that might be just out of their reach. So don't give her all of your attention. Don't make her feel like she's the only one in your world. Let her feel a little uncertainty, a little competition, and she will start wondering if she's really the one that has you. It's a game of psychological attraction, and it works wonders. In fact, this subtle shift in energy is something the old Stoic would approve of, maintaining a sense of mystery, of value, without ever chasing. Don't just be the man who's there all the time. Be the man who makes her earn your attention. Be the man who triggers that competitive fire without even saying a word. When you do this, you'll not only spark her interest, but also command it. If you found this valuable, comment below and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe for more powerful insights. Comment to remember, confidence sparks curiosity, not desperation. 5. Be unavailable strategically. Gentlemen, there's a simple yet crucial lesson to be learned here. Don't make yourself too available. It's easy to fall into the trap of answering her calls every time, replying to every text in the blink of an eye, and always being on standby. After all, You want to be seen as the attentive, caring guy, right? Well, here's the hard truth. This is where you are making a massive mistake. You see, when you're always available, you're sending the message that your time isn't valuable. You become predictable. And predictability is the killer of attraction. And let me tell you something. No woman wants a predictable man. Not if she's looking for passion, excitement, and the thrill of the chase. Think about it. If a woman knows she can get all of your attention at the drop of a hat, what does that say about you? It says you're easy. Too easy. And easy doesn't stir up desire. It breeds indifference. It's simple human nature. If you're always there, always waiting, she will begin to take you for granted. In her mind, if you're not busy, if you don't have other priorities or commitments, then maybe you're just not that desirable. But scarcity, now that's where the magic happens. Scarcity breeds desire. Think about the Stoic lessons you've learned over time. The essence of Stoicism is understanding value through limitation. When something is rare, it becomes more precious. So, by being less available, you are, in fact, making yourself more valuable in her eyes. This is not manipulation, my friend. It's the art of playing life on your terms. Here's the deal. Don't confuse this with playing games. It's not about ignoring her on purpose to make her chase you endlessly. It's about maintaining your independence, your autonomy, and creating space for her to miss you. That's the beauty of the Stoic life, embracing control over your own actions and responses rather than being reactive to others. You set your own boundaries, and in doing so, you send a clear message. My time is precious, and I'm not giving it away for free. When you disappear for a little while, when you're not immediately accessible, it creates a gap, an absence. That absence is where desire builds. Think about it. The moment she realizes you're not around as much, she begins to wonder, where's he been? What's he up to? That curiosity, that subtle uncertainty, shifts the dynamic. The tables turn. And now she's the one chasing you, seeking your attention, your approval. By becoming unavailable strategically, you make her want your attention more than ever. But it's important to remember that this isn't about playing hard to get for the sake of ego or manipulation. No, this is about adopting a Stoic approach to relationships, being a man who isn't desperate for validation, who lives with purpose and direction. You must lead a life where you're busy with your own passions, pursuits, and ambitions. And let's not overlook the beauty of this by being unavailable. You also give yourself the opportunity to focus on your own life. When you stop waiting for her messages, when you stop calculating every move, you free up space to invest in yourself, whether it's growing your career, hitting the gym, reading that book you've been meaning to start, or mastering a new skill. This is the essence of Stoicism, focusing on what's within your control and letting go of the rest. Your life becomes full, rich, and valuable, and the more complete you are as a person, the more you'll attract the right kind of woman into your life. So, don't waste time chasing after someone who's not giving you their full attention. Instead, be unavailable when you need to be. Create the space, let her wonder, and watch as attraction grows naturally. Be the Stoic man who commands respect, not because he demands it, but because his life, his time, and his energy are valuable. The moment you embrace this Stoic lesson, you will notice a shift, not just in how women perceive you, but in how you perceive yourself. You are no longer the man who waits. You are the man who leads. 6. Build silent tension. To attract any woman, even if she's not initially interested, you must understand one undeniable truth. Silence, not words, creates power. Too many men make the mistake of speaking too soon, acting too quickly, and revealing too much. They can't stand the quiet. They fear the pause, the unknown. But this is where most fail. Women, especially the ones you truly desire, are emotional beings. Their attraction to you isn't built on clever lines or constant chatter. It's built on what they feel. And one of the most powerful feelings you can evoke in her is tension. The type of silent tension that exists when words are not needed. Tension isn't about drama or manipulation. It's the magnetic force that builds when there's an unspoken energy between two people, a presence that lingers without needing to be said aloud. Think about the Stoic principles laid out by Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. In this context, the power is in your restraint, your ability to control your own emotions, your willingness to let the moment breathe. When you feel the urge to act, hold back. When you want to speak, pause. In the silence, your presence should speak volumes. You must stop trying so hard to get her attention. Stop explaining who you are. Stop overselling yourself. Let her feel you instead. Don't rush to fill every gap in the conversation with words. Let your eye contact linger longer than is comfortable. Your answers should be measured, short, slow, and thoughtful. When she asks you a question, don't jump to answer immediately. Take your time. Let her wonder. Let her question what you're thinking. It's the mystery, the unanswered, that creates the space for curiosity to grow. This curiosity is the first spark of attraction. The more you reveal, the less she has to wonder. When you flood her with attention, compliments, and quick availability, you take away the thrill of the unknown. You make everything too easy for her. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Life and attraction are battles of control, and in this battle, control over your emotions and actions is paramount. If you want her to keep thinking about you, give her a reason to. Give her a taste, but never the full feast. Let the mystery behind your eyes haunt her. When you leave her with questions, with the feeling that she hasn't quite figured you out, that's when your attraction grows. Women are drawn to that space where they feel something more is hidden, that space of tension. So, stop trying to win her over with words. Let the quiet speak louder than any compliment ever could. She'll feel it. She'll wonder about it. And that curiosity will draw her closer to you. That is the power of the Stoic mindset. Master it, and you'll master attraction. If you found this video valuable, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom on attraction, self-growth, and confidence. Comment to remember, I am a man of mystery and presence. By embracing silent tension, you create curiosity, which is the gateway to attraction. Let your actions speak louder than words. 7. Stop trying to convince her. Stop trying to convince her. The moment you begin attempting to prove your worth to a woman, you've already lost the battle. Men often fall into the trap of treating themselves like a product on sale, hoping to convince her to take a chance. Here's the bitter truth. The more you try to prove you're worth her attention, the more you fade into the background. Women aren't drawn to men who are overly eager, desperate to show their value. They're attracted to men who are already sure of their own. If you're bent on convincing her to like you, you've already put her on a pedestal, and that's the exact moment she mentally checks out. You might think that responding immediately to her texts, complimenting her every time you speak, or showing up on cue whenever she needs something will win her heart. But in her mind, it's doing the opposite. It makes you look like you're investing emotionally before she's earned it, making her feel like she's doing you a favor just by existing. This dynamic kills the attraction. No woman will chase a man who offers no challenge. This is where the blessing of Stoicism comes into play. Instead of trying to convince her of your value, act like a man who already knows his worth. A modern Stoic doesn't waste time explaining himself. He doesn't need to chase her or try to change her mind. He lets her reach her own conclusions, knowing that the moment she perceives him as the prize, everything shifts. That's the key to attraction, and that's what sets the Stoic man apart from the desperate masses. You must stop chasing and start embodying the confidence that comes from self-assurance. The old Stoic wisdom teaches that the most powerful man is the one who is indifferent to external validation. When you stop trying to impress her and instead live with an unwavering belief in your own value, you'll see the dynamic between you change. When you stop selling yourself and start valuing yourself, the women around you will sense that, and that's when the real attraction begins. 8. Let her earn emotional access. Here's where most men go wrong. You dive in too quickly, giving too much too soon. You lay your emotions bare, open your heart like a book, and expect that this vulnerability will make her see your value. But that's not how attraction works. In fact, in today's world, emotional access is currency. And if you hand it over too early, you've already lost the game. You must understand this vulnerability is powerful, but only when it's used strategically. Don't throw it around like confetti. Women, no matter how independent or modern, are deeply drawn to mystery. They want to explore, to discover. This is a key aspect of attraction. If you give away your emotional side too freely, you rob yourself of the very thing that makes you intriguing. You become just another open book. And let me tell you, no one wants to read a book with all the pages open. They want to flip through the chapters and uncover what lies beneath the surface. You need to hold your cards close. The Stoic life teaches us this. Emotions should be managed, not surrendered on demand. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions entirely. It's about knowing when to express them and when to keep them to yourself, maintaining control over your inner world. By doing so, you'll radiate an aura of mystery and strength that women naturally find attractive. This is a core Stoic lesson. Never give away your power. Emotional strength is just as important as physical or mental strength. Don't let her see your hand too soon. If she doesn't have to work to get to know you, she'll lose interest fast. The human mind, especially a woman's, is wired to crave novelty, mystery, and discovery. When you put everything out there, all at once, you take away that sense of discovery. You make her job too easy, she'll no longer be intrigued. Why work to know you when everything is already laid out? That's not to say you should hide your emotions or avoid vulnerability entirely. No, the key is to pace it. Let her earn the right to see the real you, piece by piece. You must maintain an aura of emotional mystery, which isn't about playing games. It's about keeping your emotional life rich and private, offering bits and pieces when the moment is right. This is an essential part of the Stoic life, where your emotional composure isn't about cold attachment, but about preserving your strength and dignity until it's earned. Think about the Stoic lesson that the best things in life are achieved through patience and discipline. Emotional access should be a reward, not a given. If you give it away too easily, you signal that your emotions are cheap. But when you wait, when you hold back and let her work for it, it signals that you value your emotional world, and that makes her want it more. Imagine the great philosophers and Stoics, they didn't bare their souls to everyone they met. They kept their inner world guarded, only sharing it with those who had proven themselves worthy. You must adopt the same mindset. Treat your emotional life with the same reverence. Let her earn access to it. Don't just give her everything on a silver platter. Let her ask for it. Let her be curious. The moment she has to put in some effort to uncover your emotional layers, that's when her attraction to you will deepen. She'll start to view you as someone who holds value, someone whose emotions are precious, not just something that's handed out without thought. You must cultivate emotional restraint. Just because you feel something doesn't mean it needs to be shared immediately. A Stoic doesn't react impulsively. He takes a moment, measures his response, and chooses when to reveal his emotions and when not to. When you act like a Stoic, you take control of your emotional world, ensuring that your value only increases over time. Be strategic with your vulnerability. Give her enough to show that you're human, but not so much that she gets bored before she's even begun to know you. The more you let her earn your emotional access, the more she'll value you. Let her understand that there's more to you than meets the eye. Keep her intrigued. Let her want to unravel the mystery that is you. That is the power of emotional access in a Stoic life. By following this simple yet profound Stoic principle, you'll not only attract the right kind of woman, but you'll also be building a relationship rooted in respect and admiration. She'll respect you for holding back and keeping your emotional world sacred. And above all, she'll see that your emotions are not to be taken lightly. They are something she must earn. Remember, emotional access is power. Don't give it away too soon. Let her earn it and watch your value grow. If you believe in the strength of mystery and dominance, drop a comment right now. I hold the power of emotional control. Like this video, subscribe for more powerful strategies, and remind yourself daily, real strength lies in restraint. 9. Master your emotions. Mastering your emotions is not just a skill, it is the foundation of a man's strength, and it directly influences how women perceive you. Women are intuitive. They sense emotional stability and react to it. If you are the type of man who gets rattled easily, who lets his emotions dictate his actions, you appear weak, insecure, and unpredictable. This is not the image of the man who attracts attention and respect. On the other hand, men who have mastered their emotions exude confidence and control. They are not swayed by the chaos around them, whether it's a tense situation, an argument, or an uncomfortable moment. They remain unshaken, grounded, and in charge, and that is magnetic. Emotional control is the difference between being a man who commands presence and one who fades into the background. The Stoic principles of emotional mastery are timeless. Just look at Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, who understood that the mind and emotions must be governed for true leadership and influence. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, he said. This simple yet profound understanding is a call to action. You must embody it. You must remain unfazed by external forces, unshaken by anything that threatens to destabilize your mind. Every time you respond calmly, you assert your inner strength. Every time you hold your ground, you reinforce your value. Women are drawn to men who stand firm in the face of adversity, those who do not fall apart when the world around them gets tough. They gravitate to strength, to reliability, to emotional fortitude. And here's the truth. Emotional control is not just about staying calm. It's about staying centered and unwavering no matter the circumstances. The Stoic mindset isn't about suppressing your emotions. It's about recognizing that you are the master of them, not the other way around. Don't allow emotions to take control of your actions. Let them flow, acknowledge them, but do not let them dictate who you are. Be like Marcus Aurelius, remain composed, even when the storm rages. Women respect men who can stay steady under pressure, and that respect builds attraction. You must own this principle, integrate it into your life, and watch how it transforms not only how women perceive you, but also how you perceive yourself. You'll never be forgettable again. 10. Be mysterious, not unavailable. To truly captivate a woman's attention, you need to strike the right balance between being mysterious and available. But don't confuse the two. Mystery isn't about playing hard to get. It's about creating an intriguing aura that makes her want to know more about you. You must be strategic. Share just enough so she can sense there's more to uncover, but hold back the complete picture. Don't make her feel like you're uninterested or unreachable. That's the trap many men fall into, thinking that playing hard to get is the way to keep her guessing. It's not. The key is to let her see glimpses of your life, but leave some things to her imagination. Your plans, your thoughts, your feelings. These should remain partly a mystery, but never so distant that she feels shut out. Remember, emotional engagement is what matters. If you give her just enough to keep her curious and intrigued, she'll naturally want to keep coming back for more. This is where the Blessing of Stoicism comes in. It teaches you to maintain your inner strength and focus on what you control, not overexerting yourself or revealing too much too soon. In the realm of modern Stoicism, it's not about appearing aloof or cold. It's about maintaining a calm and centered energy that draws others in without effort. The old Stoic wisdom reminds us that mystery comes from mastery of self. When you truly understand your own worth and hold your emotions in check, you naturally project an air of mystery that attracts the right kind of attention. This balance, being both present and elusive, open yet reserved, creates a dynamic where she feels emotionally pulled in, eager to discover more about you. Keep this in mind. Mystery isn't about hiding away, it's about revealing yourself at your own pace. Be available, but not predictable. Be present, but let there always be a little room for curiosity. Hey there, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you sticking with me till the end. Remember, attracting a woman isn't about chasing or proving yourself. It's about becoming the man who commands attention simply by being the best version of yourself. When you focus on your own growth, confidence, and emotional control, you shift from seeking approval to effortlessly attracting the right kind of attention. Women respond to strength, to leadership, and to emotional stability. If she's not noticing you now, that's okay, because once you become that man, she won't just notice, she'll be drawn to you. So, take this advice to heart, be rare, be calm, be respected, and she'll want to know what makes you different. Thank you again for being here. I hope this video helped you improve your approach and relationships. Until next time, this is Blessing of Stoicism.